You gonna film it again? Yeah. Unfortunately, we lost all the footage. You were really sweet, weren't you? Audrey was chasing her tail. But anyway, let's go in for round 2 of this podcast. Come on. Hooray! Okay, you'll have to forgive me. This is the second time that I would have recorded this. I'm not sure quite what happened the first time, but it created a file that I've never even seen before. And it's a shame because little Audrey was having the time of her life. There was some footage of her chasing a nectar voucher and she was chasing her tail like a dog for ages, and now she's all docile and sleepy. So I did have a coffee, which was the Christmas blend by Horsham Coffee, which is a really nice little coffee company. Affordable, but also caring for the environment, from what I understand, so that's nice. But because it's a lot later in the day, I am now on to etiquette pumpkin chai. It is strange, it does taste a little bit artificial after a few more times of trying it, but I'm going to drink it. And I might do something similar myself eventually. That is a little bit more punchy on the ginger. Welcome. My name is Kat or Catherine. I am a knitter based in Hertfordshire, which is just outside of London in the United Kingdom. And my little friend here, who is sleepy now because she's had a little time to sleep, is little Audrey. Hey. Yeah, she's my little muse, my little friend. She often sits here. You can just about see her ear with me while I film. And yeah, so today I am wearing, feels very weird saying this again, my Magnolia chunky jumper, which I don't have a t-shirt on, so you can see, sort of almost see my belly, but this is a slightly shortened version, so I did the one repeat of the lace chart, but even so, I think because it's superwash, it's hanging a lot lower than it would normally. And this is Chin Fibre Super Soft Sock, which is 10% cashmere, so it is very soft, along with Mohair. I have worn this quite a bit, but in truth, like, it's a bit wild on the old, yeah. But I love this colourway, and I believe that it's been one of the most popular releases that we've had in a while. They, who knows. And yeah, so moving on, I enjoyed knitting this pattern. There's a bit more information on my Ravelry page, I believe, about it. There is a cardigan version of it too, which would be quite nice, I think. And yeah, from the outset, my hair colour has changed. In case you're a new viewer, you wouldn't have noticed that. If you're an old viewer, you might have noticed. This is the first time I've properly permanently dyed my hair in a long time. I used to dye my hair almost once a week. I was a nightmare. I don't know how my poor mother put up with me growing up, but she did. I'm hoping to go a slightly more lighter grey and then eventually a lilac-y grey and be able to be a bit more playful with it, but I just fancied change. I've got it in me again and it's wonderful. Yeah, I don't know whether I'll pop in the bit that survived from the first time filming or just entirely re-record, so this is all a bit one of them, but hopefully it'll be a nice episode anyway. Let's get back to knitting. So I'm wearing this by accident, however the only finished object I have to share with you is also knitted in both of these yarns. My wrist has still been a little bit funky. It's much better than it was, but the combination of the test knit and my wrist, I've not done much else, so I do only have 2 things to share with you. I'm hoping to share the test knit with you next time I record, so that should be up, which is exciting, and I'm really excited to finish it because it is, it's good. I hope it fits really well. But yeah, carrying on. And this, I've knitted it in this yarn, not because I don't like this yarn, because I love this yarn, but I have some really special yarns. So Alex bought me some skeins of La Bien-Aimée, I've got Ginger Twist Studio yarn, and I've got some Once Upon a Corgi. And each of those I've got a skein of fingering and a skein of mohair, and I've been thinking about projects that aren't shawls that are wearable, that I can show off those yarns while also not just scraping something together, almost, if that is a way of describing it. I wanted something that I'll wear quite frequently, and I've always, since I've learnt to knit, I've wanted to do something with mohair sleeves but a full body. If that makes sense. A body that, you know, you don't necessarily need to wear another top underneath. Like my cherry, which is a pattern by Knit Glory Cafe, which I'll show again very soon. So this is by Jessie May, or Jessica May, and she's also holding a make along or knit along, I believe. And she's a very inclusive designer. Different price points of yarns that she recommends, different price points to purchase the yarn, and a variety of sizes. And this pattern actually comes with quite a lot of different style sleeves and lengths. It comes with waist shaping or not, so you can have different fits. So I'm quite excited to play with it. It's the, excuse me, I'm British, and apparently we are useless unless we study languages or can speak different languages. And I would love to be able to do that, but unfortunately my brain does not work that way. But I believe it's called the diaphanous raglan. I've probably got it wrong, and it's definitely not a foreign word, but it's a new word to my language and my... Yeah, so here we have, it is a short cropped up version with the little ruffle sleeves. I might tack down the edges of the sleeves, but overall I'm really pleased with this, and I do think it will get quite a bit of wear. As you can see, the sleeve is knit just in mohair held single, and then the body is the fingering weight sock yarn and the mohair. Clever construction. There's no front or back. I went for quite a high neck just because that's the kind of gal that I am. When I knitted the body, I knit it a bit longer than the pattern, but I believe the way I did the neck, or where I did the neck, it oiked it up a little bit, so it's a little bit shorter than I'd like. But again, this was knitted with the intention of almost being a sample and a test run, because I want the other ones to be more finished and really, really wearable because of how special the yarns are to me. Not to say that I'm going to do that with all of the skeins, but because I do have a tendency to have a mohair and a fingering weight in matching colours, this pattern seems fantastic to me. I'm hoping maybe I'll use the Once Upon a Corgi instead. I'm hoping to do an all black one with long black sleeves, given the hair and my confidence in myself, in that I am happy to listen to my music unforgivably and share who I am unforgivably again after some years of being a bit of a, I don't know, whatever. I love My Chemical Romance, there you go. Take that, do with it as you will. If you are interested in music, please always talk to me about it, because I love it. I can't play, I would love to play. Picked up the uke, can do a little bit, but not enough. Knitting takes up more time. So this is a way of merging those two things together slightly. But yes, a very easy pattern to read, very beautifully written with many variations, and I would recommend it, to be honest, especially if you are mohair, always. Mohair, no problems. Yeah, if you do have mohair and a single skein of fingering or 2 skeins of fingering, I do really recommend this pattern. So yeah, and basically this is just a mohair episode because I think that's just what I do here. At this point we're heading into only being a, no we're not, but we're very much mohair people. I could show you this other one thing, I'll grab it quickly. It's not that exciting, but I did cast on a hat for Alex. This is Drops Mohair, always the mohair, Drops Nepal. And I cast on just a hat, but I'm not happy with how, well, the gauge, it's just a little bit too big for the item. And if I'm going to put in the effort to knit a black hat, I want it to be really nice. It might just about be right, but I'm not convinced, so I'm going to rip it out and start again, either holding it double or just picking up a smaller needle and doing a bit more stitches. Great English. Adding a few more stitches into oh dear. Yeah, we've passed the dinner, we've passed the lunchtime hurdle, and my body is now processing lunch, and as such I'm maybe more all over the shop than normal, who knows. I'm in a funny mood. Yeah, so if you have been with me for a while, there is some journey Heather and Hopses. Is that what you'd say, Hopses? Go with it, Kat. Go with it. I knitted a cherry by Knit Midori Cafe in Mohair, because Mohair, by Spectrum Fibre, and it was smoke, and I loved the colour so much, and I've worn it quite a lot. But as I've been saying, I do really like to wear dark colours. I am still 16 wearing all black and a spike velvet heart. And if I'm wearing eyeliner, and Mum, if you're watching, which is always very strange to think of, hello, for a start. Also, but if I'm wearing eyeliner, that's normally a good sign. I've actually bothered with my appearance slightly, but it doesn't always mean I'm depressed. In fact, it's probably a good sign that like I said, I have bothered to put stuff on my face and I'm feeling a bit more fun and maybe myself, rather than being like, no, I have to be clean and pure. I am. I'm still pure. My name means pure. Fun fact. Back. So, yes. So I've decided to knit a black cherry. Oh, that's a good name for it on Ravelry. So I am using Drops. It's called Unicolor Mohair. It's very simple. It's very simple. Yes, it's black. It looks almost slightly variegated, and it is really, really affordable. I believe this was maybe £2. Might have got it in the sale. I'm that way inclined. But it's 210 meters, 25 grams, so pretty good for the price, and it's mohair. It's maybe not as soft as some of the mohair I've used, but it's mohair. And here she is so far. I'll try and pop in some other pictures because I have taken a couple. And the contrast colour, which I'm really pleased with, and now I don't want this to be a advertising platform, that's not what this is, but this is the colour that I dyed up, that I have lovingly and affectionately nicknamed Meow Meow Space Tiger. And I'm really, really pleased with this. I've got a feeling I'm going to wear it a lot, and I'm proud of the colour that I created. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to, there you go. I really love it. It looks so different caked up versus in the skein or hank. But it is all the colours that I really have been drawn to for the last, I don't know, 6 months or so. So because I've got so much of this, it uses so little. So if you have a project that you are looking to use up scraps, this takes worsted weight wool. You could probably get away with holding fingering weight double and make it into a scrappy thing, or doing mohair for this, and then a really, really special bit of yarn for the contrast. I think what I'm going to do, so I've just finished dividing for the sleeves here and I'm working on the body. I'm hoping to be able to wear this Friday. It might not happen now that I've had to re-record. I'm just hoping to get some knitting in, but what I might do is I'm sticking to the elbow length bell sleeves, which is what I did previously, and I'm hoping to do about the same length because I love the fit of the one I knitted before. I've knit it on a slightly larger needle because my gauge seems to have slightly come down more to average, so it's not as loose now. So I'm hoping I'll achieve pretty much the same fit. But what I'm thinking is for the ends where the gather happens and for the last few rows at the bottom, not only because it might make it a bit heavier and keep it a little bit down, weigh it down slightly, but I feel like it'd be really cute to hold these both double and have a little bit of the colour popping through just around the wrists and around the hem. Is that a good idea? Is that a bad idea? Any input's always welcome. So yeah, quite excited by this one. I'm really looking forward to wearing it, and it is a pattern that, again, I would recommend. I mean, this is the second time I've knitted it, which does seem to be a thing. I do seem to be quite happy knitting the same thing multiple times, as long as I enjoyed knitting it the first time. Should add that. Sometimes it's not very fun knitting things multiple times if you didn't enjoy it the first time, which I'm sure you would understand and appreciate. I'm so sorry. How fun is this mug? It's got the space and cats and a burger on it. Anyway. You think I've gone a little bit off the rails, Audrey? Anyway. Right, I should probably round this up. I will pop in a little bit of footage from the weekend and the weekend before. There won't be much, it's just a little dabble into the life of me and Alex and a little brewing escapade, so if you'd like to stick around for that, that would be lovely. In the meantime, I hope you have a really lovely week. Take a little bit of time for yourself, be that for knitting, some yoga, some self-care of any type. Sometimes that means going out and dancing, sometimes that means staying in and dancing. We did a little bit of dancing on the sofa this weekend, which, not intoxicated by any stretch, just FYI, but really, really fun, and sometimes you just have to dance and have a pop punk party, which is exactly what we did. Right, anyway, thank you so much for joining me, whether you're new or you've been here for a while. Like I said, have a really lovely week, and I hope to see you again very, very soon. Take care. I missed you. Oh, it doesn't. You've not got a face.
Volunteer this weekend,
All them. That's fine. Short and stout. Should be the name of one of your stronger beers.